Good morning, Mr. Dietl. How are you? You look nice today.
Good morning. I'm going to be flying down to
You know a
Washington.
book you would love?
What was that?
Hampton Sides, Hellhound on His Trail, and for just the part about the investigation that the FBI did to tracking down James Earl Ray after he murdered Martin Luther King Jr.
Good. I'd rather take an ice pick and jab it into my brain. Well, listen, I'd rather take an ice pick and jab it into my brain. They took long enough on that. How long did that investigation take? They took long enough on it, all right?
It took 2.5 months.
Yeah, well, that's long. That's too long. I mean, the schmuck was sitting over there with a rifle, and he shot him, and they left the rifle over there, the thing with the thing. It wasn't that. It was what they call a ground ball. They took a little too long on that one. Okay? You wanted to give me my comment?
Okay, but not.
I also got to apologize to some of the cops and firemen out there. Last week when I talked about pensions, I don't mean disability pensions for guys that are really hurt. What I was talking about was the fugazis. You know what the fugazis are? Yeah. People who are not hurt, who go on the force or on the fire department and take pensions when they're not hurt. Guys who are hurt out there, my heart goes out to them, and I respect them off that note. Going to go to Washington.
You got some hate or something on that?
Yeah, I got a couple of cops that said to me, Beau, you're wrong on that because some guys are really hurt. I said, you got to listen to between the lines. I'm not talking about people that are really disabled. I'm talking about the fugazis. And there are a lot of fugazis.
That's why I don't respond to things that people, other than when I get fired, but most of the time people get it wrong. They got it wrong then, too, by the way, but anyway.
Yeah.
But most of the time when people say you say something, and then I listen to it back, it doesn't sound anything like what they claim I did.
Well, I get, I don't like to look at the blogs because there's people with opinions, and you get negative opinions, you get positive opinions. Yeah. But like what I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to talk about congressmen. You could become
You're going to talk about it pretty much uninterrupted because I feel so awful.
Well, that's a good thing today because you do interrupt me every week, but I love you.
I don't feel like interrupting you.
All right. Now,
ahead.
A congressman could become a congressman.
Plus, my tongue is swollen, so I can barely talk.
Well, check this out.
Then shut up.
You know what? Well, let me talk. Well, shut up then. Hey, Charles, do you know, Don, if you become a congressman, all of this one term, you then get a pension for the rest of your life. You also, the congressmen and senators think they're so elite. Why shouldn't they come under the auspices of the health form? The health care reform.
I like that auspices.
Is that a real word?
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yes, it is a real word.
Beau.
It's a real word, and you said it right.
Yeah. Why can't they come under the auspices of the health care bill? They exempted themselves from being under the law that they passed. My thing is, if you're going to pass these laws, they're gingos in Washington. I'm going to Washington this morning. If they're going to pass these laws, why haven't they hold themselves underneath this?
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about it. They think that they're an elitist. They're not elitist. All they are is got elected. The other thing is, ask me why I'm going to Washington. Just ask me.
Why are you going to Washington?
I am going to meet with the Switzerland of the Middle East. I've been called upon with King Hussein and all the ministers of the country of Jordan because they want to talk to the Beau man because there's a little problem in the Middle East that we all know. And the country of Jordan is the one country in the Middle East that is like this Switzerland. They're able to dabble-tate with Iran, and they're able to dabble-tate with Israel. And it's a great country, and they need the audience of Beau Dietl over there to retrospect a talent that they need in the Middle East.
Under whose auspices will you be going?
Now, you would like to make a bet right now that I will not be sitting with all these ministers this afternoon at lunch.
I'm sure you will, but I mean, it would be interesting to know the real reason you're going.
I am going because
that's all nonsense.
I am going because they need the support of the financial institutions in Jordan, also the security of that country.
There's got to be some other reason.
No, they asked me to come. I mean, I got an invitation from the king.
Deal. They want hookers or something.
No.
Like when you used to get hookers and stuff for those guys. What was that deal you were doing years ago?
No. I didn't get hookers for anybody.
Well, they had hookers.
I was bodyguarding the royal family of Saudi Arabia for many, many years. Which
they had hookers.
Well, no. I used to go over to Saudi Arabia many times. I used to suck on a lamb and eat the yak and all that kind of stuff.
So you thought it took you think it took the FBI too long to track down James Earl Ray?
Let me tell you, ground ball again. Trajectory from where the shot was fired. Trajectory, they had a little information prior to that, and something tells me they were a little slow on the draw to stop the shooting. I know a little inside information.
Why would they be slow?
They were slow because they could have collared this guy within a day. A day.
Well, how were they able to?
You closed down everything. They had this guy on the radar. This guy was on the radar. Don't you think the FBI had information? Come on.
They had no idea.
You can write anything you want. I know these things. When J. Edgar Hoover was the head of the FBI, was that the time when Martin Luther King got shot?
No.
J. Edgar Hoover did a lot of fugazi things. He knew a lot of things that was going on. And you know what? There was some talk about him wearing a little dress, too. Did you know that? Did you ever hear that story?
All about that, yeah.
Yeah. But they had information about these attempts on the great Martin Luther King's life many times. If they would have fulfilled themselves and investigated properly, they possibly could have deterred.
Well, this is not a sugar-coated version of what happened. I mean, for example, Hampton Sides talks about Martin Luther King, who had a number of women.
Well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? My man Tiger Woods, they have a little over-rambunctiation of the testosterone, so what's the problem? They want a little poundation over here, a little poundation. That doesn't make a man bad.
I didn't say that. What I'm saying
is... He shouldn't be married, that's all.
Okay, one of the women who he was seeing was there at the Lorraine Motel with him. So.
Yeah, well, you want to know something?
But there was James Earl Ray. It was one of those set of circumstances where he just was able to get away.
But the thing was that they had information about...
Actually, Scotland Yard actually caught him.
Assassination attempts on Martin Luther King came to the light of the FBI many, many times, and they didn't follow through as competently as they could have, because there was a lot of people that wanted to see him shot, and the FBI should have responded on a lot more of these threats, because these threats were right open in the open.
Oh, no, I understand that.
Yeah. Well, you want to know something? My new best friend is John Paulson. How do you like that guy, right? Imagine being invested with John Paulson. He had the foresight. He was a hedge fund manager. He had the foresight to look and see that the function of the financial institution.
See, that was bad, the foreskin.
No, the foresight, I said.
No, but you tried to slip that in.
No.
Just to try to be.
Yeah.
No,
see, that's how you lose.
No. I don't want to lose credibility.
It's stupid.
Paulson had a foresight.
I shouldn't have brought attention to it. But all right. Paulson's a crook.
Paulson is not a crook.
So
he had the foresight
to
too. Short these stocks. Hold on. Imagine if you had your money invested.
I'm trying to believe that Gotti guy, but go ahead.
Why don't you listen to me?
Yeah.
Why don't you listen to me? He had
We're
the foresight. No, not
Thank
yet.
God.
Not yet.
Well, yeah, we are out of time.
But listen, he had the foresight.
It is, thank you.